Hey, guess what? Guess what? It's Tuesday. Hey everybody, what's going on? Another Tuesday here in Favos and Bears, and I need to first of all apologize for Bear Monday, because I skipped his question last week, so I'm going to talk about my geekiness right now, and you know what makes me a geek. And what makes me a geek is that I am 29 years old and I still collect Power Rangers. I don't know if that's geeky enough, but for me it is. You know, it's a collection of hats since I was like, what, 13, and I got a big box full of Power Rangers, and even till today I buy them. So yeah, that's like my biggest thing right there of being a geek, I guess. So let's see, I actually took notes because, you know what, it's so hard for me to remember the topic, plus sometimes people ask different questions, and even the subscribers ask some questions. So I have a couple questions, and I already talked about the geeky part. Also touching on Bear Wednesdays, you know, topic of open relationship and stuff like that, and if, you know, the bear community being just about sex and stuff like that. I wanted to touch on a couple things there. I believe I'm a very old-fashioned kind of person. I'm the kind of person I believe, you know what, if you're with somebody, you're with somebody, and that's it. And I've come to the conclusion that, and experiences when I've been with people, I don't necessarily want to be with somebody else. You know, everybody's different. I respect, I don't judge. But on my case, I don't believe in open relationships at all. You know, it's like having a cake and eat it too. You know, for me, on my perspective, once again, not wanting to bash anybody here in the channel or anybody who practices this, but on my knowledge, it's disrespectful to be physically intimate with somebody else when you are with somebody, especially if you're married. So that is what I think. That's my belief. Not saying that probably later in the future I might marry somebody, because I would love to. I always had that mentality of being with one person and one person only. And if I come to the, you know, to the chance of actually marrying somebody, I know that that's gonna be it, and open relationships out of the question. I guess being enlightened, it's also about being a little bit jealous, and jealousy is good to a point, not to be obsessive, you know, jealous and stuff like that. But I believe that if you're with me, you shouldn't be with nobody else. So, you know, that's my 2 cents in that. Also talking about the bear community and being all about sex, it's like, as I mentioned, it's all about the gay community in general, I have to say, because people portray the gays as to be very promiscuous and always in parties and stuff like that, and majority of them are, but not all of them. I'm living proof of that. Hardly ever go out to a club, I hardly ever go to a bar, I don't drink, I don't smoke. So, you know, for me to be labeled as, you know, the bear side, and to be labeled as a gay person, you know, automatically assuming that I have sex all the time, it's not. It's like anybody else, straight, gay, bisexual, whatever. You know, they have sex, they have sex. You know, it's not living a promiscuous life like many others. So, I don't consider that to be a factor. I mean, people call me bearish, you know, big guy, whatever, but I have never dealt with the whole bear, you know, leather bars, or like, you know, going to places where big guys hang out. I've been into a couple of them. It's been an okay experience. I would love to go back and, you know, chill with friends and stuff like that, like if I would do in any other club. But, you know, I wouldn't consider myself, and I know a lot of people out there feel the same way, that it's all about the sex. It's not. For me, it's not. So, yeah. Also, we had a subscriber who talked about the worst and the best dates you've ever been, and it was posted by someone by the screen name Jelly Brainish, something like that. You know, talked about, you know, worst and the nicest dates and whatever. I want to talk about first about the worst date ever, and this has happened probably maybe 10 years ago. 29, 19, yeah, I was more than less 19, 20 years old. And I was really heavy back then, and I went on a date. This person picked me up, and there was complete silence in the car. I was trying to find a way of conversation. This person has never seen me. It's when, internet was not really, it was popular, but it was really getting there. This person have seen my pictures, and obviously it was completely different from what he thought he was going to meet, but he was completely quiet. We ended up driving to a movie theater, and this person said, oh, completely forgot that I had plans with a friend of mine, and I'm in plans with you already. And we already parked at the movie theater, about to get out of the car, and he says, I completely forgot that I had plans with my friends or whatever. So me, out of courtesy, I was saying, if you want to drop me off in the house and we can hang out some other time, it's cool. Well, I was not finished with the sentence when he already turned on the car and you dropped me home. It was an experience. I mean, I really was devastated after that. It was one of my first dates ever, and it was one to a point of how shallow people can be sometimes. So it was an experience that I had never forgotten. So. And about good dates, as much as I sit down and try to remember, I really haven't had a good date because I really haven't gone out on dates much. It's always been between, if I meet someone, it's between friends and let's hang out and stuff like that, but never like a one-on-one thing. But if I ever do go out on a good date, I'll definitely let you know. And jumping into the topic of the week, which is if you could go back in time and change something, what would you do? Would you change it or leave it the same? I believe, and I've always been the kind of person, I believe things happen for a reason, and even the bad experiences make you who you are today. So I wouldn't normally like to change anything, even though that I would love to, as Bear Monday said about exes, and if I knew how they were going to end up, I wouldn't have even bothered. So if I do have the opportunity to go back, maybe it will be about not meeting a couple people. But once again, if I don't meet those kind of people, then I wouldn't be who I am today. So it's a balance of things. Should I, shouldn't have, would I even take the plunge on even bothering or meeting this person if I knew it was not going to work out and stuff like that. So I don't know. I'm on the fence on this. I would definitely, at the time I would have said, yeah, I wish I could have just known. But at the same time, now that I'm a little bit older and I had experienced that, so I would be like, I don't think I would have actually, changed that, because that prepares me for the future and it teaches me not what to do ever again. So yeah, it's an experience of what not to do again. So yeah, I'm on the fence. I guess as I mentioned, on the time I would have, but now that I've experienced it and time has passed by, I don't think I would change anything. So yeah. Anyways, you guys, I guess that's it for me. If you guys have any other questions, as I mentioned, I try not to talk this on my videos on Tuesdays. I think we already have our first guest on Sunday. Check it out. It's gonna happen this upcoming Sunday. As well as if you're interested of posting any questions, if you are interested on participating on the channel, just feel free to send us a message, and we'll be more than happy to talk to you guys and maybe touch on specific question topics or whatever. Other than that, you guys, that's it from me this Tuesday. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for tomorrow with Jason. So take care of yourself, and